Russia is ready to unleash 10,000 soldiers and 450 equipment near Svatova. It's day 847 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. Starting from the Svatova Sector. In the last few months we haven't seen any major developments on this front from either side. Last time we saw a major movement was when Russian forces launched a surprise offensive on this sector, just as Ukrainian forces were gaining ground in Robotyne during their counter-offensive. Their objective was to divert some of their forces to this section and slow the Ukrainian offensive. And as you already know, it worked perfectly, as Russians were able to penetrate tens of kilometers in 2 days and captured several villages. At that time, the Ukrainian commander-in-chief Zelensky quickly deployed resources and reinforcements to stabilize the front. And this played exactly on the Russian hand because, in coming weeks, they were able to absorb Ukraine's strongest push on the Robotyne axis. After which Russian forces limited the offensive and came into defensive posture. Soon Ukrainian forces launched the counterattack, and within a couple of weeks regained several of the lost positions. However, they were not able to regain all the areas, as Russian forces still controlled positions at the western side of the river. After which this front was slowly converted into positional fighting. But currently it seems like this is about to change once again. Ukrainian sources claim that there is a possibility that Russian forces in coming weeks might launch a massive offensive on this front. According to the sources, for this offensive Russia gathered around 10,000 personnel, equipped with 450 military equipment, including artillery. In addition, several units which specialized in storming operations have also arrived, which includes units like Storm V, Black Mamba and PMC Patriot to name a few. It is speculated that Russia is planning to launch the offensive, with the objective of reaching the Oskol River near Borova. It is understandable that some of you might think this is just another nothing burger. However, it seems like this is not the case. Ukrainian 3rd Assault Brigade, which is currently holding the line on this front, reported that Russian forces have already started their probing attacks from Razeradka to Novovodiane. They say Russian units are performing continuous infantry attacks on their positions. However, up until now, most of their attacks have been repelled. Furthermore, Russian aviation has been also active. They have been seen targeting Ukrainian positions on this front. In addition, recently a video was shared by Russian sources, in which we can see them striking one of the main bridge with this Condor missile. This event also indicates that in coming week, we might see the activation of this offensive. Now if we look at the topography map, we can see that between Russians and the Oskol River there is this series of heights, which is currently under control of Ukrainian forces. In addition, the Ukrainian unit defending the area has one of the best drone unit, so it will be very difficult for Russian forces to advance using armored vehicles. But as per sources, Russians are using infantry attacks to advance, which has proven to be more effective than mechanized assault against drones. But this also means that we might not see a quick breakthrough. Ukrainian sources claim that Russian will first capture the Novosibirsk-Chernishkina line, and then advance further. But I remind you that at the moment this is just a speculation. One possible objective of this Russian offensive could be to attract the Ukrainian reinforcements to this front. Some of you may have noticed that in recent months, Russia is opening a new front every week. This strains the Ukrainian logistics so much, and equally divides the Ukrainian resources in terms of artillery and equipment. This is nothing new. Russia has been known to use this strategy since the Soviet times. Now the reports about the other front will be covered in the next video. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.